The Lakers made a big announcement today with Luka Doncic agreeing to a 3-year, $165 million deal, which, if you calculate it, comes out to be $55 million per a year for the next 3 years. There is an opt-out clause, I believe, after the first 2 years of the contract, which I do think he will opt out of. Not because he'll leave the Lakers, but because he will sign even a bigger deal by then. It's hard for me to imagine that Luka will leave the Lakers because historically, when the Lakers commit to a guy to be their franchise player, that guy never leaves. I can't think of any player that left when they were made the franchise player by the Lakers. I know some people will make examples of Shaq leaving, but that was essentially because they had decided to go with Kobe as their guy. That's why Shaq forced them to do a trade. And I know some people will go with Dwight Howard actually not re-signing with the Lakers when he became a free agent, but that also had to do with the Lakers refusing to make Dwight the franchise player and still being committed to Kobe. That to me was the biggest reason why Dwight left. So I don't see Luka leaving, but to me, the biggest thing about this extension really was LeBron James not being there during this press conference while all the other Laker players showed up to support Luka Doncic. The only other guy that didn't show up is Austin Reeves, and there has been rumors that Austin Reeves does not like playing with Luka Doncic, that for some reason he doesn't enjoy playing with him. And the same can be said about LeBron, but I would say LeBron not being there is a bigger deal than Austin Reeves not being there because it has to do with LeBron not being able to accept that he's no longer a franchise player. I think this is a difficult pill for LeBron to swallow. I do think he's bitter about it because for the first time in his life, in his adult life, I would say, he's not being able to run and control a team. He's not the guy that teams build around anymore. He's just another guy. Granted, he's still a very good player, but he's not the best player in the league anymore, or even top 5 or top 10 best players in the league, I would say. He's not there anymore. So this is like a hard thing for LeBron to accept, that he just can't handle it. I'm sure it drives him nuts, but it also shows that LeBron is not happy with being a Laker anymore because, again, it comes back down to him being told by the Lakers that he's not their number one priority. So obviously he wants to leave. He hasn't forced a trade yet, but it wouldn't surprise me if he thinks about doing a trade in the upcoming season or trying to get the Lakers to trade him. But what we know for sure is that once LeBron's contract is up after this season, this upcoming season, that he won't be a Laker anymore. I don't see him coming back. I see the Lakers parting ways with him. But this is the first signal that LeBron is really giving out to the public that he's not down with Laker Nation anymore, that he's not satisfied. So I think this is going to be interesting how the upcoming season plays out. Will LeBron put aside his differences of not being the man anymore and do what's best for the team, in the sense that defer to Luka and allow Luka to be the number one guy pretty much all the time now and just be a number 2 or number 3 guy? That's going to be interesting. I don't think he can do that. I think LeBron is such a dominant personality. He's such a ball-dominant player. I think there'll be clashes. I think there'll be generation clashes between him and Luka. And I do think there'll be some friction. It might not be very obvious, but you'll be able to tell that there'll be frustration on both players, just because one will have to agree to adjust to the other. And LeBron, I've never seen him as a guy to defer, even when he says he's going to defer. Like when he would say with Anthony Davis that he was going to defer to him. I didn't see it. We obviously didn't see it We saw LeBron assert himself as a number one guy, even with Anthony Davis. We saw how he pretty much screwed Anthony Davis out of having any chance to be Finals MVP when he just dominated that series. He didn't allow Anthony Davis to be the guy, and he didn't allow it to happen during all of Anthony Davis's tenure there. That he never got to be the guy, and LeBron said he would allow him to be the guy. And I think the same will. I don't think it'll work out the same way with Luka. I just think Luka is a lot younger than Anthony Davis was, and Luka is I would say has a more dominant personality than Anthony Davis, that he's a ball dominant guy. He's used to the team running through him, and he's now entering his prime. I don't see how he's going to defer to LeBron, so that will create tension, and you're going to see LeBron throw a bunch of hissy fits. You'll hear about stuff in the press leaked out from LeBron and Rich Paul about how Luka is a toxic teammate. I expect that to be coming pretty soon. I do expect that to happen. I just wonder, will LeBron actually get them to do a trade? Because he does have a no trade clause, so it'll be difficult to move him. That'll be very interesting. So I'm looking forward to that dilemma in Lakers land between LeBron and Luka. But this really marks the start of a new era where LeBron is no longer a dominant player anymore. He no longer runs a franchise anymore, and he can't really bend a team to his will anymore. This is now Luka's team. This is now Luka's world, and LeBron is just living in it now. And as long as he's with the Lakers, I expect a miserable existence from LeBron living in Luka's world, as I call it. But that's all I have to say about this.